New York Gun Guy here, and today we are reviewing a Kydex holster made by Alabama Holster. This is a front carry pocket holster designed for the LCP with the crimson trace. And in this particular case, the LCP is an awesome raspberry color. The Kydex comes in black. It has a single rivet, I don't know if rivet's the correct term for it, a single fastener of some sort as the mounting point. It is a trigger guard fit for the resistance. It's not just like a friction fit. This is pretty much, your standard fare in terms of how a Kydex works. As you can see here, the holster will expand slightly as you remove the firearm. This firearm, of course, is unloaded. Compared to your standard Kydex, where the only difference I would say is it only has this one point, which I think it really should have had another to kind of lock it down so you can adjust the friction a little bit on it. I'm not sure why they didn't go with that. Overall, the friction on this is also a little bit looser than what you'd see in a typical belt holster, but that's a good thing because in your pocket, you're not pulling against a belt, an anchor point really, and it really just needs to pop out but still protect the trigger guard. Other little features that this has is this has a little lip that bends out right here, and that lip, as you can see a little better there, aids and if you want to have your thumb here and to help when you pull the firearm out. Let me demonstrate. Okay, you can put your thumb there to pull that out like that. And also it can help for stripping it off in case you pull it out and it is still on the firearm. Now, when it comes to pocket holsters in general, I've never seen a pocket holster that works 100% of the time because they don't have an anchor point. So inevitably, there's going to be a failure that is going to occur, which is why pocket carry isn't ideal. But if you're going to pocket carry or not carry at all, pocket carry. But this one works much better. I had one of the DeSantis ones, and that worked pretty well. The failure rate on this one is much lower. It is easier to strip off. The anchor point where it hooks right here is very helpful in ensuring that it doesn't come out. I find the more violent the action in terms of pulling your hand with the firearm out of the pocket, the less likely the holster is going to stick. I may experiment with putting some grip tape on this to see if that aids. I have noticed that depending on what kind of pants you're wearing will impact the ability and functionality of this holster. Dress pants tend to slide out a lot easier because they tend to have a softer fabric that just tends to slide almost like a silkier material depending on what kind of dress pants you're wearing. Jeans work great. Sometimes exercise pants I find are hit or miss. One thing I don't like about this holster is it's really easy to over insert it, and I don't want to warp it out of shape, but see if I just keep pressing here, see how it starts to separate because it doesn't have that second rivet point. I think that's another reason they should have put this rivet in right here, and I have concerns that over the long period this holster is not going to have good retention because that part is going to wear out and I may have to end up fixing that point myself. We'll see as it goes along how it goes and as I continue to use it, but that's definitely a major concern for me. In terms of cost, despite this being just a little piece of Kydex, this thing's actually pretty expensive. This thing came to $47 before shipping, I believe, which makes it really among the most expensive, but I had trouble finding a Kydex holster for the LCP with the crimson choice. Well, I shouldn't say Kydex, I should say anything. So that was kind of the option I had at the time, and so I took it. We'll see how it works overall. I have some concerns about the longevity of this holster, but overall it seems to work great right now. It's a nice balance in terms of the resistance to pull it out. That's about all I have to say for now. If you have any questions, post up. Until next time.